that was the sixth goal in a 6-1 win. There was no reason for him to go to these great lengths to score another one of his magical goals.
Remember this goal?
Now picked up by Ovechkin. Here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through Mera.
Oh!
He scored.
Well, Brian Boucher does.
Holy jumping, you have got to be kidding me.
And he talks about it in this episode of I Was in Net 4. Before being victimized by Alexander Ovechkin, Brian Boucher was no stranger to seeing himself on highlight reels. Whether he was robbing Patrick Elias in the playoffs.
Clear. Here's Elias with speed, short-handed. Patrick Elias. Oh, what a save! Brian Boucher without his helmet.
Or that crazy stretch of games in the 03-04 season.
Brian Boucher, 5 straight shutouts.
So he probably didn't expect that in an afternoon game between two non-playoff teams, that another highlight would suddenly take over the number one spot on his list.
You know, in January, oftentimes January, February, those are tough months in the National Hockey League. I mean, those games are tough to play at times. You know, just because the motivation may not really be there like it would be come March, April, May.
And with the Caps up 5-1 with less than 10 minutes left, everyone in the building, especially Boucher, were really just looking forward to that final buzzer.
Yeah, it had been a tough game for me. I was not very good that game, so I was struggling. The confidence wasn't very high that particular game.
But then, it happened.
He was coming with speed, and I knew by this point he's got a great shot, a great release. So he had no options to pass. So I got out fairly aggressively. I was outside the crease a fair amount. As he hit it, I didn't realize he was on his back and he hit it. I just realized that the puck was going to the net, and that's when I reached, and I knew at that point I was like, yeah, I'm in trouble. That puck's going in. I just thought he was gonna drag it and rip it and shoot it through my defenseman.
Paul Mera. Watch this goal as many times as you want. He actually played Ovechkin by the book, didn't he?
I tell him he didn't, but because every year on the anniversary of the goal, we usually send a text message to one another because we see it, you know, on social media or on a highlight somewhere. No, he did. He played it perfectly. I mean, I don't know what else you could do. He took the body. The puck ended up going, you know, like I said, 45 feet from its original starting point. I don't think he could have done anything differently. It was just one of those plays that was magical.
Now, great goal scorers know where the net is at all times, even when they're not looking at it. But how much of this Ovechkin goal is skill, and how much of it is luck?
I think he knew, you know, where the net kind of was, like you say. I mean, I just the angle with which the puck went in by my stick, because I was reaching out with my paddle, and the angle to get inside the post, miss my paddle. The amount of luck that is needed that it doesn't hit my paddle or hit the outside of the net, it has to be like, I don't know, 90%. I mean, it was still a heck of a play on his part, and I don't want to diminish how great a goal that was, but I think he was just taking a whack at it, just knowing like, hey, I'll just whack at it and see what happens. And I think I would guess that he was probably as amazed as we all were that puck went in.
Oh yeah, who can forget this shot?
Even Wayne Gretzky, the great one's going to see how this one went in.
I never talked to Wayne about the goal, and I did not notice that he was doing that. Like I said, it was a bad afternoon, and I wish they would have just ran the clock out.
And as if being in net for this goal wasn't tough enough, Boucher had another reason to hate what just happened.
It's my son's birthday. It was his third birthday, and Ovi ended up being, when he was very young, Ovi was his favorite player, so I remember it vividly. And we had friends coming over after the game, you know, for my son's birthday party, and it ended up ruining the day, to be honest with you. And on top of it, it was a 6th goal in a game that was just terrible. So yeah, kudos to Ovi on that one.
And it's hard to believe now, but this was just Alexander Ovechkin's 32nd goal of his very young career. But the writing was on the wall.
I don't know, I saw the replay there, and he made a heck of a play. That's why he's going to be a superstar in this league.
If it was a guy that scored 2 career goals in his whole NHL career, and that was one of his goals, maybe I'd be a little bit, more embarrassed. But seeing that it's going to be one of the greatest goal scorers in the National Hockey League ever, I can handle it pretty well.